Evening, everyone. I will call the, October 9th meeting of the Newtown Township Board of Supervisors to order. I will note that the board did meet in executive session prior to the meeting at 6 p.m. where we discussed one personnel matter related to the police department. Mr. Nease, please call the roll. Altieri. Here. Roberts Lake here. Partridge. Here. Here. Ellis.
Here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nease.
I didn't have.
Now move on. Say again.
I'm sorry, I didn't have my mic on. So what?
So just for the record, all the supervisors are here, the township manager is here, the township solicitor is here, and so is the township engineer. We'll now move down to the moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I ask that we remember the over 900 innocent Israelis who were murdered and gunned down this past weekend at the hands of Hamas, including 9 Americans. And we'll stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Move down to section 5, agenda 5.1. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Mr. Chair, I might, before you approve the agenda, I would respectfully request that we be able to table 8.1 and 8.2. I have not had a chance to thoroughly review the budget being out more than I had intended to be this last month. So if it's all right, we will get something together for you and then be ready when we're ready to do it right.
I don't think there's any objection from the board here. So what we'll do, Steve, just to make it clear, or for the board, instead of taking the votes to amend the agenda, let's just table them as we go through them.
Okay.
And I think it's probably just the easiest way to do it. So with that being said, is there any other corrections or additions to the agenda? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We'll now move down to section 6, public comment for agenda items only. If there's any members of the public who have any public comment that they wish to provide, please go up to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, we will now move down to section 7, minutes 7.1. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the September 25th, 2023 meeting of the Board of Supervisors?
So moved.
Motion was made by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap, seconded by Supervisor Chanlis. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. As noted by the township manager, we will table presentations 8.1 and 8.2. We'll now move down to reports. 9.1, report from the township engineer, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, I was asked to just give a little update on the active construction projects that we
Your
have.
microphone on?
Yes.
Okay.
So the 2 active construction projects that are ongoing, the roads program, as of this morning, the contractor has finished milling. Over the course of the rest of this week, they'll be cleaning up, around the manholes along the curbs, doing any base repairs needed, and then they're anticipated to begin the active paving next Wednesday. And that should be about a week and a half beyond that point, and we'll be wrapping it up. Everything has gone well to this point. And then the Ellis Avenue sidewalk project, the contractor will be installing the last portion of curb tomorrow, and then we'll be meeting with them on Wednesday before they undertake and start doing the actual sidewalk and aprons to the various residents. We actually just had a meeting with several of the residents, and we will be coordinating with them as we start working on the various aprons.
Eric, just for clarification, what in the roads program, what roads are they again? Barron?
It is Barron. It is the whole neighborhood around Barron and
Baron, Rodney,
In that Barron.
that
Road
area, there's a
And then
lot.
it-
Malin Road, there's our section of Malin Road. We
Mhm.
share that with Radnor.
Mhm.
And so we are doing our portion of that, which is kind of from the Brimar Avenue, we're almost up to Goshen Road, I believe. It's in that area. And then
Wedgewood Circle?
Wedgewood Circle and also over in Ringdon, Frog Hollow and Sleepy Hollow.
Right.
That were not done last year.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the township engineer? Thank you, Mr. Johnson. 9.2, report from the township manager, Mr. Nease.
Yeah, yes, so we, in light of what we did in 8.1 and 8.2, I'm going to ask that I be able to reschedule the public budget meetings and to a later date, and I'll let you guys know what date that's going to be, and then we'll get that re-advertised. The board and commission sheet, I believe, was in your packets over the week. And that is the list of those who are up. Just wanted to let you know, we typically send out a letter asking them if they want to serve again, and then we put out advertising. And so we're going to start that. I'm assuming the board will want to be in a position to start doing interviews probably late November, early December. So just wanted to let you know that that's where we're headed with those.
Any questions for the township manager? Seeing none, we'll move down to section 10, payments, 10.1. I get a motion approving the following escrow payments: $1,410 escrow release payment to James Bonner at 112 Locust Street for a completed grading project. $148.50 escrow release payment to Aaron Tran at 40 Valley View Lane for a completed grading project.
Second.
Motion is made by Supervisor Chandler, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. 10.2, can I get a motion approving the $2,000 payment to Newtown Township to correct, I guess I should say, an escrow deposit that was made to an incorrect account?
Second.
Motion is made by Supervisor Partridge, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. 10.3, can I get a motion ratifying the $250 check that was inadvertently omitted from the September 25th, 2023 check registry?
Second.
Motion was made by Supervisor Chandler, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. 10.4, can I get a motion approving the $300 payment to Wade Pollock, Chairman of Parks and Rec, as reimbursement for sound reinforcement services associated with the September 9th, 2023 concert in the park?
Second.
Motion was made by Supervisor Chandler, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap. The only thing I will say, Mr. Pollock, is that I heard it was a wild success. Good, thank you for another good event. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. 10.5, can I get a motion approving the following quarterly deposit into the pension plan: $54,915.50 for the uniform employees, $46,052.25 for the non-uniform employees. Motion was made by Supervisor Partridge, seconded by Supervisor Chandler. Is there any board discussion? All those in, yep.
All right, if I could, I just want to make sure the board's aware that even though this is the fourth quarter, this is actually the third quarter payment, and you're going to have another payment probably at the next meeting to finish out the year.
Any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Section 11, bills. I reviewed the bills and I'll make a motion to approve the bills on check register A dated October 9, 2023, totaling $438,972.54.
Second.
Motion was made by the chair, seconded by Supervisor Chandler. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. I will make a motion to ratify the bills on EFT register A dated October 9, 2023, totaling $921.21.
Second.
Motion was made by the chair, seconded by Supervisor Chandler. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Section 12, new business, Supervisor Partridge, 12.1.
12.1, I'd like to make a motion to approve the recommendation of Chief Lund, promote Patrolman Dean Hodges Jr., Sergeant in the Police Department.
Motion was made by Supervisor Partridge, seconded by Supervisor Chanlis. Is there any board discussion?
Yes, I'd like to say that when I started on the board 12 years ago, and now I'm in my last 2 months, Dean Hodges was the first patrolman that we hired after I joined the board, and got to know him over the past 12 years, and I think he's a tremendous asset to our police department. He is a great public relations guy. He engages the public, and I've gotten great feedback about Dean, and I think that the chief, along with Steve, has made an excellent decision here, which I obviously fully support. Thank you.
Thank you. And I will note the board, this just got scheduled a few hours ago. His swearing in will be taking place at 2:30 on Wednesday in this room. So if anyone from the board is free, 2:30 on Wednesday, the 11th of October is his swearing in. The only question I have, Supervisor Partridge, is why you smiled so much when you said you only have 2 months left. I'm a little confused on that one. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. 12.2, can I get a motion approving the advertisement of all expiring board / commission / committees positions as of December 31st, 2023? Motion is made by Supervisor Chanlis, seconded by Supervisor Partridge. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. 12.3, I would like to, I guess I have to make a motion for this one because it's an actual action item, right? So do I have to make, I'll make a motion to table this. Motion was made by the chair, seconded by Supervisor Partridge. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. 12.4, can I get a motion approving the request from Garrett Williamson to waive the $25 special event application fee, as well as the $250 security deposit reimbursement for their Harvest Festival on October 14th?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any board discussion?
Yeah, I need to recuse myself.
And I also have to recuse myself as well. I'm on their foundation board. So with that being said, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? So the motion carries 3-0 with 2 abstentions. The 2 abstentions being Supervisor Chanlis and Supervisor Altieri. Motion was made by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap, and I think it was seconded by Supervisor Partridge. That's how
We'll
Tough.
go with that.
that's how it played in my head.
I'll go with that.
You guys are fine with that? You made that motion? Perfect. 12.5.
Just a reminder that both of you will send me an email tomorrow.
Yep.
Or Suzanne an email.
We will
tomorrow.
send the abstention letter and attach it to the minutes. 12.5, can I get a motion approving, can I get a motion authorizing staff to set up a bank account to deposit all tax paid and protest payments?
Second.
Motion is made by Supervisor Chanlis, seconded by Supervisor Partridge. Is there any board discussion? The only thing I just want to note, just in case there's anyone listening to this, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Mr. Score, but these are if you are currently taking appeal of your taxes, you still pay it in the event that if you're successful, then that's kind of like it's an escrow, just so everybody knows what
That's
we're
right.
talking about.
That's correct.
Perfect.
15%.
Try boiling that down as much as I could. All's in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All's opposed, motion carries unanimously. 12.6, can I get a motion directing staff to develop a policy for using electronic payments to pay for reoccurring expenses?
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Supervisor Chandler, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries unanimously. 12.7, can I get a motion approving the required documents allowing the board to make contributions to the township's 457 plan as approved by the township solicitor?
So moved.
Motion was made by Supervisor Partridge, seconded by Supervisor Chandler. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All is opposed. And now we'll move to resolution 2023-32. Supervisor Chandler.
Can I get a motion to approve the following resolution? Thank you. Number 2023-32, resolution of the Board of Supervisors of the Township of Newtown, Delaware County, Pennsylvania, to amend and restate its previously adopted eligible 457 deferred compensation plan to provide an annual contribution to the Township Manager. Whereas the Township of Newtown desires to amend and restate that deferred compensation plan by adopting the adoption agreement dated October 9th, 2023, and the 457B eligible deferred compensation plan and trust for governmental employers to provide an annual contribution to the township manager as set forth therein. Now therefore be it resolved that the Township of Newtown hereby amends and restates the 457 plan document by adopting the adoption agreement dated October 9th, 2023, and the 457B eligible compensation plan and trust for governmental employers to provide a contribution to the township manager determined by the township annually. And be it further resolved that the Township of Newtown authorizes the township manager to execute all necessary agreements incidental to the administration of this plan. Adopted this 9th day of October 2023, and that's my motion.
Second.
Motion was made by Supervisor Chainless, seconded by Supervisor Partridge. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. There is no old business. Section 15, board comment. Is there any board comment? Go Phils.
3-0.
Uh,
All the fourth.
3-0, middle of the fourth. We'll move down to public comment. Is there any public comment?